Hello, everyone. This is the second day of our discussion about visibility for business owners and entrepreneurs in Nigeria. Yesterday, we opened the 2026 edition of Cracking the Code, Building and Sustaining a Profitable Business in Nigeria. And today is the second day of our discussion on visibility, why entrepreneurs and business owners in Nigeria need to be visible, need to, for them to have attention, to get people's attention. Because without visibility, how would people know the kind of business you are doing? And some of the examples I gave yesterday and one I'm going to give today, if for example you're into the food business or hospitality, for the food business, for example, there are so many kinds of eateries and restaurants that we have in Nigeria, especially Lagos. Tantalizers, Chicken Republic, and many others like that. Each of these brands, they have their signature, ambience or peculiarity. They have what stands them out. And one other thing is that they are very visible. Everybody knows, these eateries. Because many people patronize them because they are visible. Because if they are not visible, nobody would know them. So, as a business owner, I'm sure you know by now that if you're not on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram or TikTok, or YouTube, one or two of these social media outlets, your business presence must be there so that people would see you, people would know you, people would, that's what's his name? I've forgotten his name. That Italian guy is black is black, but I think he's Italian American or so. I can't remember his country, but that the highest so person that has the highest fan base on TikTok, Lamin or something. I can't remember his name now. He has hundreds of millions of followers, and what does he do? He just, he doesn't talk. He just does some acting, some things, and people liked it. Everyday routine of things, everyday uh, events of what people go through, and he has the highest number of followers on TikTok, and now he has even one company has bought part of his company for $900 million, and more global recognition, more structure, more revenue for him. And that is the power of visibility. If you can Google it, the most followed person on TikTok, I can't remember his name now, but one black guy, but very, when I saw it, I said, wow, this is so interesting. So the point is that as a business owner, people will know you only when you show up. How are you showing up? How are you showing up in terms of putting yourself out there for people to get to know what you're doing? Especially if you look at, of course, most of the content creators in Nigeria, and most of them, they're always putting something out. Brain Jota, Samakaroni, Kiki, so many of them, out there doing skits, doing videos. There's one Trinity guy, that one does a lot of very wild things, but that's his own way of being visible, and he's getting the kind of revenue he wants. You understand? Sabinos too is a good example, with all his funny jokes and here and there. So the point is that people will not know you if you are not out there, if you don't show yourself. People will only know you if you show up. So, as a business owner in Nigeria, you need to step up in terms of visibility. You cannot just sit or be laid back and say, I don't have money, I don't have this, I don't have that. The times are changing, and of course, things would go up. I mean, things will keep changing, so you have to adapt to that change. So tomorrow we're going to continue on this. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.